times, which is extremely important. This is a POV driver's education video. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. We want to maintain proper speed control. Also, we want to demonstrate proper use of mirrors. We want to have our center mirror adjusted. We want to yield to pedestrians. And then I'm going to narrate through the whole process and help you get out. So we got fuel. We're getting ready to get on the road and have best practice. So our seatbelts on, our mirrors are adjusted. We're in drive. And then you're going to see me looking around. And we want to come out of the gas station and mentally be focused and always be ready. Okay, we're coming up to an edge, so we got to look and check traffic. I'm looking left and right. Here's my gap. I'm going to come across and pick up speed. We're going to be in a major thoroughfare today, so we're going to really just be patient. We don't have to stop anywhere. This will be a thoroughfare, downtown traffic, open area, and then ending on the I-94 corridor. We can see the yellow line to the left. This is for left turns only. It's a solid, then broken, and then we have broken white lines. So we can change lanes left or right. It's nice to change up the direction when you're out driving, and that's really important. And we're going to squeeze our brake. We want to see the rear of the tires on the ground. I want to say good morning to all of you. It's 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. We want to mentally be ready to go. The price of gas just went up. It's $3.69. It was $3.59 yesterday. So that does impact your drive. It is stressful because you put $20 or $30 in. You don't get much fuel. And then you're always watching the gas gauge. You're always thinking about your family, whether you are a beginning driver, middle driver, or toward just, the end, and you're going to be home relaxing. We always got to deal with this traffic. And no matter what you do, you're going to have to just be patient. We want to be patient as possible. Understand that we all are trying to get home or to work safely, and we're going to take our time. I kept my promise. I have the dash cam in, so you're going to see a split video of the front as well as back. I'm going to make nope, I can't make a lane change to the right. There's a car in my blind spot. I looked over my shoulder to check, and that's how you check blind spots. Cars will stay to the side back door, and if you look in your mirror, it looks clear. But if you check over your shoulder, it's not. So yesterday on the expressway, there was almost an accident. And check your blind spots, keep your space, and you don't want to overdrive. We want to be smooth, take our time. And then we talked about high output headlights yesterday. There's a rule of 3,770 luminous, and that's how bright your headlight can be. And it varies from county to county, but you don't want to blind other people, right? We want to have enough light to see, but also you want to make sure, no, this is not in this lesson. That will be the next lesson. But how are you doing this morning? One person said do a wheelie, not in this lesson today, but that'll be next time. And if you want to do that, you really should have the front end tied down a little bit and move weight around. When you do wheelies, you lose ET because the front of your car is going up, but you want the front of your car to go out. And that is in a different environment. We're more on the street, so that wastes energy, and then you can lose control and hit the left or right guardrail. So you want to have good smooth travel, and that's a good teaching point. When you push the gas, the front end will go up, the rear of the car will squat down. It's called weight transfer. So also I'm trying to just maintain good speed and space and just take time. And these types of drives are very relaxed. My hands are at 10 and 2. You can see how comfortable it is. It's nice to just get into a car and just relax for a moment before you get into another very intense situation with cars and anxiety. This is why I enjoy this type of POV driving, to reduce anxiety. This kind of settles you down. It's like a big old comfortable couch, a nice blanket, and then you're watching your favorite movie until someone slams brakes like this gray truck ahead. But because I had good speed and good space, I was able to adapt so it could happen that quick. But I didn't panic because I'm awake and alert, and I can see the rear of the tires on the ground. Had I been speeding in a hurry, looking down at my phone, I would have simply crashed into them. So that's how fast it could happen, but no stress. All right, we're going to keep it moving, and then there's traffic to the left, traffic to the right. All right, we're going to keep it moving, and then there's traffic to the left, traffic to the right. This gray truck is in a hurry, but we're going to maintain in the middle lane. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate that. We're trying to get to 10 thumbs up to really get this content out to people who want to drive. And I feel this POV anxiety driving video will help you understand why we're teaching the way we are, why you should go on this type of road versus the expressway or really busy main thoroughfare. Most cities, states, and counties have these type of roads to allow you to just drive at your own leisurely pace. And this is what I want you to see, whether it is Toronto, Memphis, Tennessee, Detroit, Michigan, Los Angeles, California, Atlanta, Georgia. This is where you're going to learn your skills of good, smooth driving and not feel incredible pressure and anxiety. Let me get over one lane to the left. And this kind of sets the tone for your day, because if you're going to be out here driving, thank you, I really appreciate that. If you're going to be out here driving, you want to learn best practice. You want to be comfortable. And you can tell by my voice that I'm more comfortable. I'm not as tight. I'm not as nervous. And we're trying to stay consistent and make most lights. Now I'm lifting my foot early. Remember I talked about tailgating and speed control? Just squeezing my brake using the ball of my foot. It's definitely cold today. It's 30 degrees. Yesterday it was 79. So we have bipolar weather. It's cold one day, it's warm the next. So you have to be prepared for conditions in case your car breaks down. You need to have an emergency kit ready to go. Jumper cables, non-perishable food. You need to have an energy bar. You need to have basic hand tools, a flare gun, reflectors. So a breakdown can happen at any time, and we want to be prepared for everything we're going to encounter and face. So, but also if your car breaks down, you want to pull over to the right, all the way over to the right. And we really do not want you out trying to fix a flat tire, because you can get struck by a car. This morning they were talking about wrong way crashes, and they're still at an all-time high across the United States because people go on the expressway the wrong way and they hit someone head on. I'm sorry to bring the bearer of bad news, but when you take the time to watch this, I'm always going to speak truth. You got to make sure you understand and can read do not enter. That's a regulatory sign. It's a red sign. You see that sign to the left that says do not enter? Wrong way. Okay, red background, white letters. Do not enter. We're on a one-way. If you're learning to speak English, this channel can help you turn to closed captions. If you enjoy learning how to drive, this is for you. So we're scanning the intersection here. You can feel my energy pick up because this is real. I'm lifting my foot a little bit. I'm keeping space because traffic is starting to pick up. That'll bring you anxiety too. You're saying, why are these people moving really slow? Because now it's 7:23 Eastern Standard Time. We have more people waking up, getting onto the main road. The traffic volume will quadruple. So now we got to be even more of a defensive driver. Thank you for the thumbs up. We're trying to get to 10 thumbs up. We need 7 more. I have a school bus to the right. I'm going to make a lane change and get over. I'm really checking that blind spot. I was a little close to that car. Now I'm in an open lane. This is kind of a slow moving pack. You saw that car cut across. So we can breathe more now. I was a little suffocated back there. Too many cars, not enough room. I want to have space. I'm ahead of the pack. I see a Chrysler 300. They're drifting on the phone. All those cars are behind us. We're dealing with lights ahead. There's a lot of things going on. It's very overwhelming. I'm here to point these things out so you know what to do. Why should you watch this? I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. We're always trying to be our best authentic self. Thank you, Shaquavia, for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, E, for popping in. I'm going to squeeze my brake and take my time and just be patient. Man, those school buses, they're bringing that energy in the morning. I'm going to get over one lane. I'm really checking. And you got to be able to make those lane changes and feel comfortable with what you're doing. If you don't feel comfortable, you're not going to get out here and drive. The energy is definitely picking up. Not because we wanted to, but we're going in different suburban areas. We're in an urban fringe area. And then we're going to be going to a city, downtown Detroit, downtown Houston, Texas, downtown Los Angeles, California, downtown Des Moines, Iowa, downtown Los Angeles. So each of these areas bring different challenges and opportunities. So I'm going to get over one lane to the left because I'm going to have to deal with traffic. Get over early, okay? Now, I'm deliberately going to take a more challenging road because I want you to be able to make maneuvers. Okay, so I'm set. I'm early. I'm in my lane. I can see. So I'm going to lift my foot because I'm moving a little too fast. I'm just going to take my time because there can be sudden backups. There are a lot of pedestrians, and we talked about in class yesterday. And if you didn't see the video, I suggest you watch it. We were on for about 120 minutes. We talked about the defensive driving strategies, merging, pedestrians, insurance, anxiety, just a lot of valuable information. It's a raw video, unedited. I'm just putting it out there, and I want you to hear and see everything and ask questions. So I'm lifting my foot a little bit. A lady actually struck a pedestrian here last week, not paying attention. She got arrested and charged. So a lot of pedestrians will run across for the bus. So we got to prepare for all of these challenges and opportunities. It's always a challenge every day, even to get up and get out, right? You see cars cutting in front of us. Okay, not even worth it. We're just going to take our time. And then I have a choice to get in the inside or outside lane. I'm going to stay in the outside lane. And then this is a double left turn lane, and it merges into one. So we're going to be doing the zipper merge. This is on your test. So I strongly suggest you learn about the zipper merge. You're either going to be an early merger or a late merger. Okay, right now, I'm here, and it's okay. You just want to mentally adjust. You're going to see a lot of good information right now, and I strongly suggest you watch. So the lane to my left is going to have to come over, and we're going to have to deal and make decisions. So I'm making room for this car, this GMC to my left. I'm not going to speed up and close the door because they'll sideswipe me. So I'm just lifting my foot, no stress, keeping room. If you're learning how to drive, you need this. You need this because I'm a state certified driving instructor, teaching over 24 years. As of the last 16 months, we're teaching more adults with anxiety. If you're trying to reach me, you need to click the link in the bio. I'm available for coaching calls. Now, we don't have on our blinker yet. We will turn it on. If you're crossing the white line like this car, that's against the law. You got to wait for it to be broken. Now we come out. Now we adjust. We're still not on that gas real hard yet. We're just taking our time. Okay? Keeping good speed and good space. We're leaving room. We're not driving slow, we're driving smart. And I need you to learn how to drive smart. Because after all, isn't that what it's about? Driving smart, driving safe, safety's no accident. I'm gonna get over one lane. Now we're safer. We're in the middle lane. The middle lane is the safest because we can see traffic to the left, we can see traffic to the right. My hands are at 10 and 2. I feel safe. We're smooth. And we're about 70 miles an hour. No need to go 80. No need to go 90. We're not popping a wheelie. One person said that. I know they were joking, but that's a whole new lesson. And we're analyzing traffic. So I'm lifting my foot a little bit. Just taking my time. And I'm gonna keep moving forward. And it is 32 degrees, so we're just above freezing. So there could be black ice out here. Bridges are elevated, and that's gonna be on your test. So the temperature, the bridge could be 28, 27. That wind blows, it freezes. So expect black ice. Now, we're still semi-relaxed, okay? We're moving very nicely. We're not worried about the price of fuel and Strait of Hormuz. We're not worried about what's happening in the world. You and I are here. We're supporting each other. We're trying to live our best life. And that's what it's about. That OG car is a nice convertible. That's the car your grandma would have. Like that Sebring. You don't see many of those. Isn't that white convertible nice? It's old though. But imagine in the summer. We're dreaming right now. It's 32 degrees out here. But a few days ago, people would have the convertible top down. So I want to lift my foot. No need in tailgating this car. I'm just going to take my time. We're losing a little bit of speed. I'm a little nervous, but we're okay. The car ahead of me, the other car should be picking up a little bit. And this is how you'll be driving. If a lot of cars are passing us, you're too slow. We are too slow. And that makes panic. And that builds road rage. So I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to road rage. But it is concerning. Okay. I'm lifting my foot a little bit. I'm going to stay here in this lane. I'm okay. It's like a knot in your stomach. Right? It's a little fear, a little bit of anxiety. Cars are moving pretty good. We're starting to pick up. I'm just giving you the left lane. They're 10 to 12 over. We are right about the speed limit. The lane to the right is a slow moving lane. So if you feel stressed, we can get to the right. So let's go ahead and get over one lane to the right. R-I-G-H-T. Now we have more room, but the next challenge, cars are merging out, trucks are merging out. They could sideswipe. Okay, that's a nice gold-colored car. It's a Sinatra. I actually drove one of those for another driving school agency. It had lane keep assist. The steering wheel would actually vibrate if you were drifting out of your lane, so that was really good for drivers. That car's about 24,000. Moving pretty good here. We're right really smooth in the curve. I really like this drive for you guys as a tutorial because you're just going to learn a lot. And then we have the dual dash cam on. Once I download the app, I'm going to be able to get these videos out to you. We just installed it yesterday. You can see the front of what I'm doing in the rear. So I'm just trying to keep control of this car. And sometimes you can see the pack slowing down, right? Here it is. We're slowing down. And I'm just taking my time. We're at about 30. So if you're not paying attention, you could easily rear end someone. If other people aren't paying attention, they could easily rear end me. Do you like your sandwiches cut in half? I like my sandwich cut in half. Makes me feel like I have more to eat. We're just kind of settling down. Keeping space, taking time. This is why you want to leave early, get your fuel, relax, have your meal. Let's take time. We're about taking our time. Isn't that what it's about? Taking our time? Now I'm constantly checking my rear view mirror. That's one thing I need you to start doing. And with this new dash cam we have installed in the car, you'll be able to see the front and rear. And once I download these videos, you'll be able to hear me narrating. You'll be able to see cars from behind us. And that's really going to give you insight. That's a pretty decent lane change. That's a Subaru. They're known for their reliability as well as performance. But they also say people who drive Subarus tend to road rage. You can do your own research if you don't believe me. And time gets away from us. When you wake up in the morning, you have a limited period of time to get ready, to get gas, and you think you wake up 2 hours ahead of time, you really only have 45 minutes because you got to wake up, get ready, get everything going. You might have to get gas, unfortunately. That adds stress and anxiety too. Because the number one thing that causes anxiety is just being late, rushing, tailgating. And in these videos, hopefully I'm human, just like you guys are. You'll never see me rushing and having anxiety because speeding, rushing, pressure, no blinker, that'll bring anxiety. We all are trying to get to work safely. You can see cars tailgating. The Ram to the left is tailgating. Sorry about that. These roads, I can't control what the roads do. And then the roads can cause you to have a flat tire, potholes, and you can be doing everything right and damage your car, and that's $500. So, the car's broken down up there. Just talked about it. Squeeze the brake. Lift my foot. Oh man, someone went through that gate. That's so scary. So this is an exit ramp on expressways. You have entry ramps. Exit ramps is a limited access. You're watching this because you want to learn how to drive. I'm an instructor, state certified driving instructor. So we are about one car length behind the Ford Edge. Okay, there's a diesel truck to our right. And we want to look around and make sure we're safe. Okay, I'm going to turn on left turn signal. And then it's really cold this morning. I'm going to go across. Oh, I didn't expect a person to be there. I always expect pedestrians. And I'm going to turn on my left turn signal. Come up and stop. Now this is a little challenging too. We have to time it. When the light changes, there's traffic to the right. And some cars use blinkers. No blinker. No blinker. Blinker. Fake blinker. During the last second. No blinker. You always need to use a blinker. Anytime you make a directional lane change. I'm moving up. And this is the challenge. Oh, I should have went, but I hesitated. Oh, I got it. Thank God. Oh my God. That can be very stressful. So also they're license plate readers and they're gathering data and we don't know. So that's an invasion of privacy, I feel. And that can bring on anxiety too. I have nothing to hide. You should have nothing to hide. But people are tracking us. And that's a whole new classroom session we can talk about. I want to have a complete stop. S-T-O-P. Now I'm going to make my right turn. If I cut it short, I'll hit the curb. I had a student on a night drive yesterday. If I didn't turn the steering wheel to the left, we would have hit the curb. I'm going to yield for this car because I'm turning. We do not want to turn in front of cars. If you did that, you would fail your test. I'm going to go in really slow. Take my time. And then we're going to talk about what did we learn today? How can we improve? We're always trying to improve, always trying to get better. And I'm going to come in here. And then we have to pick up our client in a few minutes. So I'm going to talk to you about what do you need to do to improve? How can you get better? I want to welcome you in. I'm a state certified driving instructor. We're going to talk about driving on the expressway. First, accelerate up to proper speed. I did that. The speed limit 70, I got up to 70. Speed limit 65, I got up to 65. You can't go over the speed limit. If you go over the speed limit, you will fail. Next, you need to identify and select proper gap. We got into the first lane to the right, which was fine. Then cars started merging on. We made a suggestion to get over one lane to the left. We're in the middle lane. The middle lane is smoother and safer. If you want to go a little bit faster, be prepared. If you go faster, you could open yourself up for a ticket, and then you'll have cars going 70, 75, 80, 90. In that left lane, that's the acceleration lane. I did face some criticism for some of you. Some of you call me a left lane camper. I reviewed the laws and rules in my state, in my area. As long as all 3 lanes are moving or 4 lanes, I can be in the left lane. So I want you to know I'm following the law, but you look at the video and you leave your comments. Next, maintains proper speed and following distance intervals. I felt I did that. It's a car length for every 10 miles an hour. So you want to make sure you have that car length for 10 miles an hour. Next, prepares to stop or merge into the flow of the traffic. We kept space, and all of a sudden, the flow just stopped. So if I didn't have proper following distance and a proper space cushion, I would have reared in a car and got pushed into a car. So it's really important that you understand that. Next, signals properly, 100 feet or half a block. You want to be able to signal. Make sure that you are prepared and signaling early and often. We did not do parking today, but I'm going to tell you about those things. Perpendicular parking, angle parking. We're in an angle parking spot. I'll do a tutorial on that, I promise. We want to do perpendicular parking, angle parking to the left, perpendicular angle parking to the right, R-I-G-H-T. Parallel parking, I have some tutorials on that. You just need to look. Next, stopping at the curb. We want to be 12 inches, no further away. And if you're further than 12 inches, you're going to get a ticket. If you're closer and on the curb, you're going to get a ticket. A lot of cities such as New York, Detroit, Chicago, those downtown areas, they generate millions and millions of dollars in revenue from parking violations. Safely exits and then finds a parking spot. I tend to park away from everyone. There are pedestrians, there are vulnerable road users, pedestrians, elderly, kids, and of course the electric e-scooters or e-bikes. Next, do you signal properly? You got to let people know what you're doing, why you're doing it. If you don't, people will be confused. Who also talked about wrong way drivers? That's very common, cars in park. We talked about wrong one-way drivers. Next, let's talk about safe driving behaviors. Do you yield for pedestrians? We came up to a crossover. We have to yield. It was a pedestrian on the sidewalk, kind of caught us off guard. So you always got to be ready. Next, demonstrates the ability to select gaps and avoid hesitation, making left rights, making turns, pulling out in front of traffic. If you pull out in front of traffic and you don't allow adequate following distance, you're going to scare your parent. You're going to scare the instructor. You're going to scare the road tester, and they don't want to take you on anymore. Beginning drivers have a difficult time judging distance. Next, demonstrates the ability to select the best gap. That does take time. It does take practice. Effectively maneuvers or manages risk in the driving environment, merging on expressway, coming out of a gas station, coming out of a private drive, making left turns, making right turns. It's all about decisions. Next, understands different vehicle capabilities and effectively shares the road with all road users. Semi-trucks, SUVs, smaller subcompacts, bigger extended cab trucks, They each have blind spots. I told you yesterday, if I didn't look over my shoulder, I was driving on the I-94 corridor. I happened to check to my right and I saw a little image in the mirror. It was the blind spot detector. If I didn't look over my shoulder to the right, I almost made a lane change and I almost was in an accident. So it happens to me too as an instructor. I'm human like you. Demonstrates proper use of mirrors, checks before stopping or changing lanes. These are things you must follow. These are things you must know. These are things you must subscribe to get. And if you want more information, you can set up a coaching call. I have a Stand store, and I have digital PDFs available for download. They're not free. And you're going to pick the one that makes sense to you. We're going to update and put about 5 more items in there because a lot of you have been requesting anti-anxiety lessons, the checklist. So I'm going to go ahead and get that together for you. Identifies and understands and responds appropriately to traffic signs and signals. Stop is stop, S-T-O-P. And it may seem really simple, but people blow stop signs. And if you start being lazy and casual, you're going to end up getting a ticket. If you speed through a school zone, you're going to get a ticket. If you speed past a stopped school bus with the stop arm out, you're going to get a $250 ticket. A second offense, it's $500. How do I know? Had a client do that 2 days ago. And I said, listen, you didn't follow the lessons. You didn't follow the direction. So now he's going to try to go to court to fight that, but it was on video. Okay? Next. Maintains safe following distance minimum of 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, and 1003. Maintain that safe following distance. That is so important. Maintains proper speed at all times. I was up at the speed limit. We were doing 70, then it would drop down to 30. I was up at 70, then it would accelerate up to 80. I was up at 70, then it would go back down to 20. You have to be ready for those conditions at any given time. T-I-M-E. Curves. Maintains proper lane positioning. We went on the I-94 corridor. They were sharp curves. If you're going too fast, you're going to drift to the left and hit the wall. A truck did that last week and flipped over because they were going too fast in the entry. And guess what? We talked about that in the lesson yesterday in the online class. So you need to watch that. Watch it on your favorite device, on your big screen TV, on your tablet. Get some popcorn, get under that blanket and turn on the captions. Let that boy play. Next, gradually increase the speed at the apex of the curve. We want to take our time and gradually pick up. Next, enters curve at the proper speed and position. You want to go in slow and accelerate out. Looks for open space left or right. You saw me do that. You saw me checking blind spots left or right. Always look, always check. Obeys traffic signs and signals. Understand the rules of the right of way. That's a whole new lesson. We're going to teach you about this. And stops at the proper position. I need you to subscribe. Why? State certified driving instructor. 24 years of experience. I've taught over 25,000 students. We're putting more content out in the morning, rush hour, afternoon, rush hour. We'll get some night drives in. I have more capabilities now, the front dash cam, the rear dash cam. I just have to download the app, get it on my phone. We'll edit these videos and get them out to you. Subscribe. Bye.